Hi guys, welcome to this session in Microsoft Visio. In this module, I want to show you how you can create your own shapes and then add them to your own personalized stencil. So when you create a template diagram in Visio, you are given, depending on which diagram you select, a series of stencils, which are these on the left hand side, as you can see now that I'm clicking through. Now, every template has a set of stencils, not always the same number. Sometimes you get 2 or 3, others you get a lot more than that. You've also got the option up here to search for a shape, and you can also open another stencil from another template and have it appear in this one. For example, if I go there, I could go to business, and these are all the stencils for business templates, engineering, flowcharts. So I'll just click on this one just to show you how this works. So this will bring that stencil into this diagram. So you've got these shapes now where you can just drag and drop them onto the screen as you would with any stencil, like so. Just drag and drop. Now, sometimes you bring a stencil in and the scale of it is not correct. So you've got to be careful how you bring them in and which ones you bring them in. But I'm just going to leave these two on the screen for a second, because you can also create your own stencils and add shapes to those. So if I do that, if I go to more shapes, and then down the bottom there you've got open stencils. Now click on that one, because that will just show you stencils that I've already created, other stencils. They will sit in here. So these are my personal stencils. I've given them names, as you can see there, different options. So I'll open that one. So that's one I've done before. And then it should open in here as well with these. And you've just got one shape on that, which is a process shape, which I would have already formatted to have some features on it. Now, to create your own stencil, let me just get rid of that one. You basically go back through this option and come across and down and select new, and then you have a blank canvas, if you like, with this little red star, which you can load it up and then save. So I want these two, for example, to be in there. So you get this master coming out, but I'm just going to give it a name, S1, shape 1, and then this can be shape 2. You'd give it a more meaningful name than that, but just for this you can see how it works. So now I've got my first two shapes. This is now changed to a save symbol where I can save it, but before I do that, I want to have a look at what else there might be that I can utilize in my stencil. So if I click on these basic shapes, I might want that one. So you can just basically go down to the bottom of your list and get your shape and drop it in, or you can put it onto the page like that, which is what I'm going to do in this example until I open this up, because I can't see it. So if I do that again, go for that one. Yeah, let's go for a smiley face. If you can see your stencil, which I can now, you can just hover over it and it will open it up, and then you can just drop it in there. And then you can also just drag them in from here. And I'm not going to name it, but you can see it's just naming it like so. So if I want something out of here, or the basic ones, so I want that shape, I can just put it on there, wait until this opens up and then drop it in. You can also search for a shape, so I'll type car, see what comes up, if anything. So there's a car. I'll just pull that over there, because this is now in the way of my stencil, so I'll have to close this off for the stencils to reappear, and then I can just drag that in there as well, car, and give it a name. Now once you've done that and you're happy, you save this stencil and give it a name, and it will sit with all the other ones in your list. So I'll call this Steve 1, and then just save that, and I can get that any where I want, any other template that I want. If you don't want this open, or any of these other ones that you've got in, you can just right click and close that stencil. You're not going to delete it. Close, and then what will happen is, if you want to get any of these again, you just repeat the process and go open that stencil and it will be there for you. So if I want to get mine, I'll go open and then pick Steve 1 from this list, wherever it is. There she blows, and then you're back where you started from with your stencil ready to go, and you can just pull these shapes from there into whichever diagram you wish. You're just making a copy of these shapes, you're not actually move them out like so. So that's basically all I want to talk about in this little video, how you can create your own stencil, put shapes onto that stencil from your diagram or from other stencils, even searching for shapes. So hopefully that video is of use. Thank you for your time, and I'll catch you on the next one.